Okay, we're back. And I'm going to intend that the messages that we just were dialing into also have something to do with even the messages of take two. And so, take two, meaning I just came on. If you caught me a moment ago, I was live just a second ago, and um, I was checking like channels. And so there's something to that when you're checking channels, meaning if you feel the reason I got on here is because I could feel my channel getting full. I could feel I could feel that sensation of a tiredness. My feet and hands get really full when I need to channel a message or receive a message, right? Maybe I went somewhere, which I did. I just went somewhere and there was a lot of energy there. And so as a full channel, meaning as a being who's ensouled, and I run my full presence through my feet. When I arrive somewhere, I sometimes will digest the energies and it will feel as if um, I'm full, like almost like a full meal. And if you think about when you have a full meal and you need to digest that food, you might feel tired and feel like you need to go ahead and process that food. So this message is about that as well. So let's just go ahead before we begin. If there's any energies that you are coming to this live with that you need to fully process, digest, you can, with food and energetically, you can say digestive enzymes activate now. Now, all energies that I am carrying that need to be fully digested are now digested. That's where we want to start because you want to be able to actually receive what I want to give you and what is coming through. So in addition to that sensation that may come over you, um, we're going to deal with the multiple channels, meaning I was having to like check to see if, what was coming through as far as like, jumping on here and actually seeing if it was on live. So you may feel like you're at two places at once. You may feel like you're not really present in your full channel, that maybe you're getting a message, maybe your family members are calling you and your energy is being pulled omnipresently by location, in a sense where you actually feel like you're being stretched and you're going somewhere else. And so are you even fully here? And that's starting to really happen more as we do strengthen our sixth energy center of telepathy, that we actually start to realize that, we are hearing the greater mind, the one mind. We are hearing those that are in our soul circle. Again, telepathic messages coming through. Because essentially, if you call upon someone's energy, when you say their name, it's like Beetlejuice if you saw that movie, but when you say their name at some level or another, they come, they respond. And it's up to you um, to be more mindful about, like when you're talking, when you're calling on someone's name. And especially, I tell this a lot to people that if they start to go down gossip lane or speaking about somebody else, I remind them they're hearing you right now. So, and even if they don't hear you right now, it's an echo chamber that they're going to hear you eventually. And essentially, all is self. So you can, just be more mindful about that telepathy and that greater mind, that greater etherical telephone line that's going on. And to remember that if you do find yourself talking about others, speak greatness about them. If you find yourself speaking about something that just occurred and it's for educational purposes, I know I do that a lot. I have to be more mindful. Um, or if it's about like just trying to catch somebody up with your day of what's happened, to speak on the end note that it's a great note, that speak the solution, speak of their greatness. So we really want to see ourselves in greatness. And this is the message that was coming through. is that benevolent source is really adamant about, at our beginning point, at our source point, that we are that beginning now moment, when we're fully present, and we're at that greatness of ourself, that pure, potent beginning point, the pure love that you are. You are great. You're a legend. You're all your greatest, potentials are at that point. And so beginning every now moment as that, so embodying the greatness, I am great, I am a legend. So anything you're saying that I am with is really important, that it really is claiming that and having that be right now. Not that you're quantum jumping into your highest potential. You are the highest potential. So it's about claiming that you are indeed the highest potential right now is really important. And that goes for others. So if we're really wanting the others in our life to be their highest version, then they have to already be that. You have to allow them to be that great version of themselves. And so this request is that we start living our greatest life right now, and we see all those around us in their greatness. And that everything that you would have seen as a problem in the world, that you now claim that's everything's exactly how it's supposed to be, so that you allow for things to settle down and be great and ground itself in the greatness and the acknowledgement that it's here right now. So is that all about that? Yes. And is there something else that wants to come through in addition from benevolent source? This next is about the oversoul presence. And the oversoul presence a lot of times is seen as like a cloud being. It's your causal presence, your heavenly existence, that highest version existence that you are. But it's also not so much in a singular soul packet. It shows up as this bigger, like a soul pool, like a big marshmallow man, a big giant. And so oversoul consciousness is really wanting to deliver to us that if you do feel like you're needing to reinvent yourself or be the new identity of that greatest version now, I am my greatness now, I am the legend, a legend, here to give my greatest impact and greatest potent pure self, that you can tap into the oversoul bigger collection of essence particles, light particles, when you take a nap, when you meditate, when you close your eyes. And so realize that when we tell you to dematerialize out of an old version of self, out of an old identity, that it's really about, letting go this seemingly current vision that you have somehow limited yourself to be, or you're wanting to shift in any way. And when you close your eyes, there's blackness there. There's nothing there. You essentially have just dematerialized. And if you need to add in extra sensations or visualizations of you, like little particles leaving of this, one version of yourself, and all these particles are coming apart to pure black space, do that. But realize what's also happening is in that oversoul consciousness packet, that bigger packet of yourself, it's actually coming in and reconfiguring the new you. And so by claiming that I am, that I am is a great like overarching statement to that represents that greatness. And so by claiming that I am this greatness, I am now choosing this new identity of, what is that new identity of? What are you doing in this new version of self that you in the past were seeking to get to? It was going to take a long time to linearly get to that position. Let's say it was an upgrade in your position of career, an upgrade in your capacity to draw in larger sums of money, a perfect body. So if those are the details, then you need to claim that when those reparticleizations are coming back in from the oversoul consciousness that you are, allow yourself to really, if you're visual, to visualize it. If you're not visual, at least to get um, the knowing and feeling sensation of, well, what would it feel like if I am that version? And you may feel like you're a giant. You may feel like you're a stream of light. And the other thing with that is to make sure that you are also matching that with the sensations of the feelings that go along with that. So if it's your version of this new identity of the best body that you ever could be, then, and you're visualizing, let's say you have a visual sensation at your mind's eye that you can see and notice the parts of this perfected body. Well, why? What is that going to make you feel like? Are you going to feel like have a lot more energy? Then, smile and get the feeling of joy that comes over you. If it's no more pain in your body, for the moment, smile and maybe put your hand on your heart to stimulate that ease and sensation of ease. If it's something else like you're attaining more, income or money, then, why? One of the biggest things that type of request evokes for most people is a feeling of freedom, that they're going to be able to do whatever it is they want to do, whenever they want to do it, however they want to do it, because they have enough financial freedom or finances to go ahead and fund whatever those things are. And then that sense of freedom is really the feeling that's coming over you when you have that. So generating that feeling will be very important for you to go ahead and start to access within your heart space. So the smile is the best thing that I find that you can really subsidize or generate that feeling state that's going to be required for you to go ahead and work with the oversoul consciousness to reparticleize into this new identity that you're visualizing. Okay, was there anything else? Okay, so they're showing how being more willing to follow the flow and the freedom of what are you going to do next? Let's say you just did that exercise where you visualize yourself, you claim this new identity, you are this new version of self, you start speaking it. You start actually calling upon the next action steps that get you feeling as if. And so that may mean that before you open your eyes for a meditative state, ask your consciousness, what do I need to do next? Maybe there's some kind of action of you're going to do something. So you start getting this feeling inside your body, or you visualize that, what, I'm going to go on a run when I get done with this meditation. I'm going to, go visit that ice cream store that I'm seeing in my vision. Whatever it is, ask for an action step to go ahead and start to walk that out from the meditation. And then the other thing they're showing me is about, asking for awareness of how do you embody this moving forward? What are you going to dress like, look like, smile like, sound like, speak like, as this now new identity of yourself that you just, lined vibrationally into? Okay, so now I'm going to do one more message here, unless I see anybody. Okay, awesome, Debbie. I am choosing a new identity. Hi, more compassion, welcoming, and more love. Yes. The other thing that they're showing, and probably the last message I'm going to do, is about, I'm seeing like three bubbles of reality. And so you may be experiencing echoes of your past in one bubble of reality, meaning you may, go into one room of your home and see people, and they may express things to you that you just came out of this meditative state, being the new identity, but you're still getting echoes of the past version self. So they want you to be aware that that's good biofeedback. That's good awareness to take in, that old version of you still in the field, still in this, shared reality system of the others in your life, may want you just to witness it, not to get charged up by it, and to be conscious that you still possibly want to do some reworkings within your meditation the next time, maybe that evening, where you see the others in your life actually allowing you to be this greatest version self. So visualizing and saying an affirmation like, everyone loves this 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 version of me. Everyone loves who I am. Everyone reflects back to me their I am presence and loves to communicate authentically, soul to soul. So that's one thing of those bubbles they're showing me. And so it's almost like a past, present, future reality system. And so there's going to be other moments in the day after doing such an exercise where you are present, and you're going to have biofeedback from the hologram that shows you that what you just did, this new embodiment of your new identity, is actually giving you feedback that you did it. So maybe it's more opportunities are going to show up. Maybe it's, someone tells you you're working on your body and someone's like, wow, you look like you lost some weight, like, what are you doing? And you're like, oh, I didn't do much from yesterday, but I did this meditation. And then, is that all for that one? Yeah. And the third bubble is probably about the future. And so they're talking about, Oversoul Consciousness is talking about the future setups that you create in your meditation station are actually aligning you to those future parallel nows that are crystallizing themselves as you continue that practice. So this just seems to be a message that you're going to need to continue and crystallize the practice, rising and setting sun of seeing and embodying this version of self in your mind's eye, this highest version. And then throughout the day, looking for those confirmations in the field that indeed are showing you that you are indeed, this is an embodiment. It's real. If you're working on more money, then maybe you get this huge opportunity. Maybe you win money. It doesn't have to come from a making of money. It's really about what you are going to allow yourself to crystallize and to start to really ground in a vibrational frequency and sensation of, this feels really good. I can really wear this new identity. I can be this now. And the only time that, that may seem like it doesn't happen is when the others in your life, again, you haven't done the programming to allow everyone to love you, allow everyone to love who you really are. And then the additional thing that might stop you is your own, inner shadow work that you need to do of healing those earlier wounds where you felt others didn't like you, or you felt that you couldn't be yourself. So visiting those times may be something that you're guided to do in your meditation, where you're looking at the Akashic records of who, what, when, where, why. Why did that happen today? Why, when I was being my best self, X, Y, and Z happened. So it's going to be really important that you crystallize this and that you don't get down on yourself if you have weird days of you embodying, doing this practice, and things happen that show you otherwise. You want to use that as perfected biofeedback to go ahead and give you the needed Akashic real living tools that say, wow, that just happened. Then that means somewhere in my subconscious, my body, mind, I still believe, or I'm still projecting the reality that has, so and so treating me that way or not seeing me for this new version. And it's really never about someone doing it to you. It's really, again, about, are you allowing the others to love you? Are you allowing yourself to be this version of self? Okay. There was something I felt like came in with that before I complete that topic, and maybe altogether done for today. Okay, so they're just really wanting to point out, to complete this, that you having the awareness of who you've been and the thoughts that you have thunk as that lower version self, the social statements that you might say, oh, money doesn't grow on trees, or whatever those social statements that you say to others that seemed like they were a good idea, because you felt like you were going to be loved by being, commiserating together. Catching yourself and being aware of the places that you still need to clear, cancel, delete, and upgrade the way you're thinking, speaking, feeling is going to be really important homework on this one. That you're aware of the past self or the version that you're letting go of, so that you can be quick to go, okay, I'm not doing that. I can easily, if I say something I didn't want to say, I can say clear, cancel, delete, and then I can start all over. I can just look at that being and say, actually, money does grow on trees. Um, so just being mindful of those past version self characteristics and traits. Even they're showing me the way you've dressed, you know, like if you value this new identity of being a legend, of being your best self that heaven sent here, literally, you came here to like master, you know, how does that mastery dress? Maybe you're in your birthday suit, but when you're feeling your best, what do you look like? How do you communicate? This new identity that you have, that in this now moment, that's royal, that's a goddess, a god, how does it move? How does it hold its posture? Right? How does it talk to itself? Start talking sweet love language to yourself as this great version. I love you. You are loved by all. Okay, I think that's good. And are we complete? Yeah, so it's 5:17 on August 7th, and we send you all lots of love, lots of light. Be on the lookout for new programs that we're setting up. We've got next Wednesday, if you're local to the Tampa Bay area, our new homeschool program is starting up. The first location is at Pop Stansel Park in Palm Harbor, and it's going to be the second Wednesday of the month, to start off, but we are looking for a more permanent grounds that will have farming, gardening capability all the time, and for families to be able to come, possibly even merging, everything at this new land to come. But ultimately, to start off this homeschool co-op, it'll be at least once a month at different parks, different field trips, different farms, and possibly, like I said, right away, I feel like there's something just going to land. I know, as the I am presence that I be, that we're shaping everything up for these amazing homeschool children. There's so many homeschool children on the planet right now. And, we're getting back to our roots with that. And we want to celebrate everybody who's, taking the leap and, remembering that school is at home, right? School is in the garden, it's in nature, it's in our heart. And we're here to, lift up the eternal souls, these children, to hold space for them so that they can, be the enlightened genius that they already show up as, and really hold space to make sure that they have that space, to socialize first and foremost, to create really amazing, friendships, because the way the soul evolves is by, being able to feel and feel into the heart. And when we don't have those opportunities to socialize and have great friendships, we're missing out on the full total picture of coming here to this plane of existence. So have a great day. Sending you so much